I'll get my live feed. Here we go. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 19th of April. So, what's going on? Well, obviously the big news out there is Israel's now bombed Iran military bases, or attacked the military bases. That's created quite a bit of volatility across some of these markets during the evening, or more early hours, I should say. Currently seeing a bit of a recovery from the moves, though. It looks like it happened around about 2 o'clock there. Was reported. We were already seeing a weakness in the likes of the euro anyway, so the moves are relatively modest relative to what's been going on. Anyway, should just look at the news coming out this morning. We've had UK retail sales, which are all under expectation there. All failed to meet forecasts, which is not particularly great for the pound, but the pound hasn't really reacted badly to it at all. Seems like it's totally ignored it. At the moment, it's just recovering from the 2 o'clock move. We've got plenty of speakers later on. Whoever these speakers, let's just have a look and see if we've got anything. Okay, yeah. We're not going to get anything that's relative to, by the looks of it, if they're all speaking on those sort of subjects. We're not. Let's just check, see what's right. Annual conference, bank. They're not talking in. Relative to the Bank of England as such. So yeah, there's just a load of speakers, all noise. Right, so let's have a look at these markets, starting off with the euro dollar. As I said, well, we've had that reaction so far. Has actually in doing that move, we've seen a sort of little, it's not quite a double bottom, but it's close enough to the bottoms there. It's in that range of bottoms. It's pulled back at the moment, recovering as I'm recording this. Got the daily pivot above. That's not a target far away. That may well get hit. Now that might provide some resistance into that pivot, but we've already hit the S1, S2, so it takes away the interest of that more for me. But we'll see. The pound, well, same sort of price action. It has done at least a double bottom there. It's gone through the lows there. Bit of a recovery at the moment, regardless of the retail sales data. It seems, as I say, washing off. Still sitting around my key pivot level, and I feel like taking it off just so the price moves more. But it's a bit of a magnetic level. It just keeps coming back to it both ways, and as I said, I don't know what's so key about that level on the pound, but it seems to be where all the action is, the point of control, as they would say, probably. Anyway, the potential resistance into that this morning, but at the moment it's putting a higher low in on this short time frame, and I wouldn't say it looks bullish. It still remains on the bearish zone there. It's just waiting for a bearish setup in the downward direction. US dollar yen, well, barely moved really. We saw the yen move there on that 2 o'clock. It seemed to benefit from the move there at 2 o'clock. It had a bit of a wash through. There's a bit of speaking going on, but it's quite minor in terms of what's happening for now, at least. No real sets, because we've just messed it all up. Aussie dollar broken down here, broken through the prior lows on the dailies, of course, so it's pushing southbound, looking soft. It did have that flag yesterday I was talking about, there we go, and did eventually, I mean, it was well into the afternoon when that started failing. Personally, I missed this. I mean, it was the sell below the pivot would have been interesting, but that was right through to 6 o'clock at night. I'm not trading at that time of night generally, so it went without me, and the big move really occurred later. Now it's broken off, and now it's just whether how far these markets move back. Of course, most of them have washed off most of the reaction. Certainly what time there's 2 o'clock, so it's completely washed away the 2 o'clock action, and it's back to the same sort of levels. So they've effectively recovered from that data, but not really. It's given us a nice technical chart having done what it's done. US dollar CAD, similar thing here. It didn't quite get into the double top territory. In fact, if anything, it was moving to the upside a little bit here. It wasn't the biggest of moves there. It's strengthening at this stage, which is all good for me. The price of oil, we'll come on to that in a moment, but that improved for a while. But the Canadian dollar, just looking maybe on the intermediate time frame, it's got more downside here. It's already hit its R2. I say S2 because I'm looking at it from an inverted point of view, because this is a US dollar CAD. But anyway, hit the R2, R1, just and pivot. So it hit all its targets effectively in this morning. New Zealand dollar continuing its ride to the downside there. It has a bit like the pound. It's broken through the lows there, catching a bit of a bounce at the moment. Finding some support into just short of the quarterly pivot there, but there's nothing again already through its S1, S2, S3. US dollar Swissy. We'll see with these moves, because the problem you have when it sort of wipes everything out, people then get a bit more. They sit on the fence, they wait, they hold on. It spoils things, but eventually you start getting the move again. You've almost got to ignore the news, the spiky sort of action that occurred earlier, but follow the general path. Dollar Swissy, well, again that moved there earlier at the 2 o'clock. That really, like the yen, benefited. Now it's a bit of a safety currency, the Swiss franc. It benefited, but most of that now is has recovered as well, spoiling everything right through its S5. Goodness. Cross pairs, similar sort of price action running through here. I've been talking about New Zealand dollar CAD a lot. That's at least moved so far in the right sort of continuation direction I'm looking for. It is pretty close to these body lows here, so it's reacted well. All the markets reacted at the same time. So we'll see if this. I'm just leaving this short that I've got running. This week it's probably done everything it's run through. It's hit its S1, its S2's been hit. So for me it's a leave it over the weekend case. I'm not in any hurry to pull out of this. I like the dailies. I'm looking at targeting down to these prior lows here, the monthly S1 really. So we'll see how that develops into next week. Right, that's pretty much the Forex side of things. From the other side of things, gold. Well, gold saw the bit of a bounce there this morning. Saw the rally. It's 4-hourly charts just come down to the hourly. There you go. You see the rally, but that's giving it all back. However, it's starting to move again to the upside. Might run through. It's become a real pig's ear. Scrappy, that's what I already mean. If you don't understand what I mean by pig's ear, we use these old-fashioned terms, but it's really scrappy, misshapen. Poor old pigs, eh? Oil. So we did see oil fly up there. It's coming off now, coming back again. It had been selling off there the earlier part of the week there and into yesterday. It actually made a bit of a recovery through there, but it's now almost back to where it was. It's not far off it. The S&Ps didn't like it either. None of the equity markets liked it. S&P's already rolling through there. It's possibly a case for S&Ps to look to see if we can find some support. The only thing is now, the more it rolls here and pushes over, that certainly didn't help things there. The more it pushes through here though, the more bearish it really becomes. People become more into selling than anything else. Now, the more the Feds have becoming more and more hawkish as they are, the more this market may see a bigger correction. So for now, I've said it's done enough to show that it's more into a bearish tone. Now, it's not to say we won't get a bit more of a rally. It's recovering from those lows there, but the bears may have this for now. The Nasdaq is the same. It found a bit of support into something yesterday, I know, but it's right through into its weekly S5. Goodness, S4 even. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, S4s. So it's right the way down there. Now that might recover a little bit more because it's very rare for it to close so far away. But it's had its worst week for some time, really. Worst couple of weeks. It really is. I'm just looking back to 2024 on the Dow Jones here, and where we saw the open, where we're flat. It's gone flat basically in terms of price there. It's given back its gains. So has the S&P's done the same? The S&P's are still up, but the Dow is certainly back to where it started basically, pretty much. DAX correction continues through there. It was rolling over yesterday afternoon when I was watching this. Eventually broke through proper. It's quite messy, but it's already pulled back to this channel line. Actually, it broke it. As I said, the lower channel lines don't have any real value. They're just there, and well, it flew through there with the news, but it's pretty much back to it where it was, which this channel was running down. It's pretty central. It's almost back to the center there, so it's recovered, it's regressed. If I put a regression line on it, it'd probably be very, very similar there. And the FTSE, same again. It's ugly though, an ugly looking thing, but it's held up slightly better, but still ugly here. Right, sorry about the ugliness. We'll have a look at Bitcoin. When's the D-Day on the Bitcoin? Is it today? I can't remember when it is. Is it 21st? I can't remember. Anyway, the halving comes soon. Now the expectation is mixed on this now, because generally halvings in the past has seen at least a short-term blip to the upside. We'll see what happens. I can't remember when the actual date is, but it's getting close if it's not now. But anyway, for now, we're seeing a bit of a bounce going on here. But there's a lot of better reading to be done out there regarding the halving, the effect. Now it's sort of listed on so many different methods to trade it. So it may take the sting out of it a little. Anyway, there we go. It's catching a bit of a bounce from the lower part here at the moment. Potential maybe back to the upside there. Right, on that note, anyway, I shall leave it. Wish you this will be open, of course, all weekend for you to spend lots of hours looking at charts. For those that are more sensible, it's Poets Day. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next Monday. Take care. Bye for now. There we go.